Welcome to our Communiversity today, sponsored by Pendleton Community Bank and Cucumber and Company, a community affairs program from West Virginia Institute of Technology in Beckley, hosted by Dr. T. Ramon Stuart, president of West Virginia University Institute of Technology, working to make a difference in Southern West Virginia. Guest opinions expressed on this program may not represent the opinions of West Virginia University Institute of Technology, Southern Communications, or its sponsors. And now, with today's program, here's Dr. Stuart.
Welcome to our Communiversity today. Again, I'm Dr. Ramon Stuart, president of WVU Tech here in Beckley. And I'm thankful that you chose to be with us today as we explore our Communiversity. You know, to my listeners, I always talk about growing up in the free state of McDowell County. I was so blessed to grow up, but, you know, I tell the story about how my mother was a high school dropout in the 9th grade, but she was blessed to go all the way from a high school dropout getting a GED to getting a PhD from this little school across the border called Virginia Tech. But one of the things about my upbringing, I never grew up poor. I grew up loved. And part of that love was always having a warm home to come to. But as I think back as a little boy, my first home was what we call a HUD home. That home provided me not only memories as a child, but also a safe place to grow and develop while I tried to get educated for the purpose of elevation. And so today with us, we have Kim Williams, who's the Outreach and Veterans Assisted Supportive Housing Coordinator here in Raleigh County and throughout Southern West Virginia. And we're going to look at what's being done to fight homelessness. And as always, on our Communiversity today, we look to ask and answer two questions. Simply, why not us? And why not now? So right after this break, we'll be back with more Our Communiversity today on News Talk WWNR.
Bank with purpose and Golden Bear pride. At Pendleton Community Bank, our WVU Tech Affinity debit card does more than make purchases. It makes a difference. Every swipe supports the William Bill Benn Student Success Fund, helping WVU Tech students facing financial hardships stay on track to achieve their dreams. Show your school spirit and help shape the future, one transaction at a time. Visit yourbank.bank to get started today. Pendleton Community Bank, here for students, here for community, here for you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
There are so many ways to explore WVU Tech. Come tour our state-of-the-art facilities, meet our Dean of Students, and learn about student life, from clubs to mental health resources and student support services. See what living on campus is like and get financial aid advice. You'll see why being a Golden Bear is right for you. Visit wvutech.edu/admissions for all the ways to visit our campus.
Holy cow, I can't believe the time that I've wasted, and this website still is down.
With arms wide open, Cucumber and Company is ready to take your business higher with a custom website that actually works for you. Don't wait until your old site takes its one last breath. Get a fresh design today at cucumberandcompany.com.
Welcome back to our Communiversity today. Again, we are visiting with Kim Williams, who's not only outreach, but also Veterans Assisted Supportive Housing Coordinator. Kim, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I am wonderful. Now, I love it. As always, when I'm in studio and I have my guests, I love guests with a smile on their face. And I can just see it in your heart. Not only are you happy today, but you love what you do.
I do. I absolutely love it and want everybody to feel that love too.
Excellent, excellent. And when working with you, I was able to see that love. And I got to be honest with our listeners. As I sit here and look at you, your face seems so familiar, because your daughter is actually the Student Government Association president at WVU Tech.
Yes, she is.
And now, let me tell you the funny thing. I didn't meet you through your daughter. I met you through, what is it, FNR?
FRN.
FRN. Tell me what FRN is.
So the FRN is the Family Resource Network that Raleigh County has, which every county in West Virginia has one. And it's a great opportunity for agencies to come together, meet each other. I really wish more agencies came, because I really feel like that is a lot of the miscommunication in our community.
Excellent. Well, we're going to have to talk about FRN a little bit more. But you know what? I got to digress for a moment to your daughter. And I'll never forget, I had President Michael Benson, the new president of WVU, on the radio show. And he and I were taking a tour here. And we were up at Summit Becknell Reserve. And as we were coming down the mountain from Summit Becknell Reserve, I got a phone call from your daughter. And she called me and she said, President Stuart, I got some good information. I said, well, what is it? And she said, I got the job. And so you have to be excited. Your daughter is going to work for
the FBI.
The FBI. I love it. I love
do
it.
too.
And I'm so proud when you see young people. I think your daughter came to Tech thinking she wanted to go one way. She moved over to forensics. And now she is going to Clarksburg, West by God, Virginia, to work for the FBI.
Yes, she is.
Excellent.
I'm so proud of her.
I am too. So shout out to the SGA president at WVU Tech, none other than the daughter of Miss Kim Williams, Amanda Williams, who is not only graduating, but she's elevating herself and her family.
Yes.
And so with elevation in mind, tell us a little bit about yourself, Kim.
So I grew up here in Beckley, West Virginia. I graduated at Woodrow, 95. I did leave in 99. My husband was military, so we went to Panama City, Florida. We were down there till 2012. We moved back. And ever since I came back, I have worked in low-income housing. Then I got the job with Southern West Virginia Housing, which at the time was known as Raleigh County Housing. So a lot more people know us by that.
So you come back in 2012, having been a military wife, travel around and everything. What made you come back?
We have family here. And the girls, at the time we had the girls, and then we had just had our son. So he was a month old when we moved back. And it was, we wanted them to be around family and to grow up with having the grandparents. Because in Florida, we didn't have family. So we came back for the family values. And honestly, Beckley is, everybody knows everybody. So it was a great area to grow up in.
So coming back in 2012 and, you talk about working in terms of housing and helping people get housing. How did you embark on that profession?
Actually, it just kind of fell in my lap. When we moved back here, we were living in a low-income housing, and I was working with, I wasn't really working at the time because my son, he was young. He was like 2 months old by the time we got into a place. I became really good friends with the property manager, and I was doing a lot with the apartment complex. Like I had the kids. Every day we were doing something. So not only was I keeping my kids busy, I was keeping everybody else's kids busy. Like I had little parties going on. We did a back to school event. It was fun. And just so happened another apartment complex needed a property manager. So I got in contact with them. My landlord helped me with that. And it started there. I was with that property for almost 7 years. And then, Raleigh County Housing had an opening. I worked closely with them, moved over to them. And now I get to go and help everybody that I can.
Kim, I think your story is so interesting because oftentimes we get clouded in this whether it's social media, news media, or whatever. You said, your husband served this country. When you came back to West Virginia, you still needed some help. You didn't need a handout, but simply needed a hand up to be able to provide for your family.
Yes.
And I think one of the big things that we need to do is we need to move beyond some of the sound bites of, everybody's trying to steal from the system or so. Your husband served this country and there was still a need for support.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I love how not only did you take that opportunity for support, but you went and turned that into opportunities for some other people like that. So now in this new role, you've been with the new company. or in this new role, how long?
I've been with them now January will be 6 years.
Excellent, excellent. So in your 13 years back here in West Virginia, you've just progressively grown and developed and everything. So if you think about it, and please understand, I know that homelessness, I know that the different challenges that exist in our world are real. But when you were working and you were doing programming and everything, what opportunities did you see?
So I saw a lot. And I think what it is some people are just misunderstood. They don't really know how to ask for the right organizations. They know what they need, but they don't know that it's out there. And even when I worked as a property manager, I still tried to find what my residents needed. We still kept them involved. I think that is a big portion of everybody is human. So you can't look at them as being, oh my gosh, they live in low income, or oh my gosh, they have HUD. Because you really don't know where they're going to end up. And all you can do is let them know of the resources. So when we've now been doing outreach for a little over a year, maybe a year and a half at the HUD office, Southern West Virginia Housing, and we created a resource shelf. We've never had one. That resource shelf, within maybe 3 days of getting it created, has been full. I have had an outpouring of different agencies bring their pamphlets, drop them off. And I keep up with everybody and say, hey, I'm running out of pamphlets. Can you bring some by? That is the first thing when they walk in our office, they see our resource shelf. So they know that maybe they don't want to come out and say, well, I really need help with this, or I'm struggling mentally. They can go look at our shelf and it's there for them.
I love it, being a kind of like a facilitator of resources and different things like that. And so when you talk about this shelf, where is that located?
It is right in our main office. We intended it for it to be 2 feet long, and it's actually more like 6 feet long and about 5 feet high. And it stays fully stocked. Yeah. And it covers all of our counties.
I invite our guests to go to our website to actually learn more about the shelf and the different resources there. Of the resources that are provided or available, what do you find that people are looking for the most?
Most is affordable housing. Landlords, we definitely need landlords. Another one that I have seen more of is Mountain Heart. They do a lot more than just kids. I mean, they can help with utilities. They can help with getting them a job. Like, they have a slew of resources. And every time I go to an event and if Mountain Heart is there, I'm learning that they're doing something else new.
I love it when you hear the community come together for unity to help people. Ladies and gentlemen, again in studio, Kim Williams of Southern West Virginia Housing. We're going to take a short break. And so I ask that you stay tuned for News Talk WWNR for more Our Communiversity Today.
Bank with purpose and Golden Bear pride. At Pendleton Community Bank, our WVU Tech Affinity debit card does more than make purchases. It makes a difference. Every swipe supports the William Bill Benn Student Success Fund, helping WVU Tech students facing financial hardships stay on track to achieve their dreams. Show your school spirit and help shape the future, one transaction at a time. Visit yourbank.bank to get started today. Pendleton Community Bank, here for students, here for community, here for you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Holy cow, I can't believe the time that I've wasted, and this website still is down.
With arms wide open, Cucumber & Company is ready to take your business higher with a custom website that actually works for you. Don't wait until your old site takes its one last breath. Get a fresh design today at cucumberandcompany.com.
Looking for the best college decision in West Virginia? WVU Tech has just been ranked the top school in the state and is the college with the best return on investment. Our 6 ABET accredited engineering programs and nursing program are ranked in the top 100 in the nation. When you become a Golden Bear, you're choosing a top quality education that will pay off. Discover more at wvutech.edu today.
Welcome back to our Communiversity today. Again, in studio is Kim Williams of Southern West Virginia Housing, and we're talking about providing housing, homelessness, affordable housing here in Southern West Virginia. Now, Kim, right before break, you were talking about the need for landlords. Tell me more about that need.
So we need landlords that would love to rent their house out to our recipients. That is the one shortage we have, is we have plenty of people to fill them. And I think what it is landlords don't understand that we're guaranteed money. Every month you're going to get paid. You will get paid by the 5th of the month right in your checking account. We also can help them with any issues that they may be having with that tenant. So we can guide them through anything. Usually what I do when a new landlord comes in, or if it's someone that is trying to decide if they want to rent to someone that has our voucher, I always sit down and tell them. I have a whole packet I give them that they keep with them. I give them an inspection checklist so they know what our inspectors are looking for. I tell them that if they have any issues at all, always call us. Always reach out. We are never going to turn our back on them. We're here to help them along with the tenant. So we don't want any landlord to feel like how it used to be in the past. Oh, it's HUD. They're going to trash my place. We want to make a difference. We want them to know that they can choose who they want to move into their place. They have that right. But we are also a backing for them. They just have to keep us informed. But we just don't have enough housing. There's rentals out there, and you always see it. They always say no HUD. And, honestly, I really think if we could just get them to come talk to us, come talk to me, email me, call me, come to the office. I will sit down. I've sat down with many landlords. I held a landlord meeting earlier this year at the workforce, and I gained 4 new landlords because they did not know it was guaranteed money. They thought, oh, it's HUD. Maybe we won't get it next month. And yes, we was in a shutdown. But the good thing about that is we make sure we have reserve to where we can still get our landlords paid. We can still get those utility checks out. So nobody's going to go without. If anything does happen, we want our landlords and our tenants to know prior to anything happening. Yeah, we're not going to leave them in the dark.
Again, as I said in my opening, the first home that we had, I come to later understand it was a HUD home. And it was just a blessing to my mother and I. And I don't think it was ever a question of whether or not the rent would be paid. It was just there was not a lot of extra money to just do it on their own. And so, the notion that, you've improved upon the processes, because there are many people like my mother or somebody like myself that this was the best way to position them for future success. And so to landlords or potential, I hope there's an opportunity. I know that people have different views and things, but when you think about it, we oftentimes talk in Southern West Virginia, we know about the impact of the drug and opioid epidemic. But then when you take that and combine that with mental illness, the level of poverty that we have here, tell me what you know about homelessness in Southern West Virginia.
We do have a homeless problem. They are not coming from out of state. These are people who have lived in a house. Maybe the owner came back and said, I'm now taking over my house. Get out. And they don't give them time. West Virginia, you have to give a 30-day notice. A lot of people don't do that. So they tell them, get out. If they do have a mental illness, a lot of them get scared because they're afraid that the police are going to come in. They may have children, so they just up and leave. Well, when they leave, then they come to our office, fill out an application, which, by the way, we're only like a 3 to 4 month wait, which is way better than what most are at a 2-year wait. We're trying to get to where, maybe at some point we may even have it to where it's only a 1 month wait. I mean, we have a great eligibility specialist that is popping right through these because her heart is so big. She wants to make sure that she can get these vouchers to people. And even if they are homeless and, like with our process, they have to have an address. Well, we've teamed up with the day center, the Beckley Day Center. They can use their address. So that way we know we can get in touch with them. We don't want anybody to lose out on their voucher.
Yeah, I think that's so powerful. And when you think about homelessness and you say we have a local homeless challenge, some people think that people are bussed in and different things like that. But when you think, and you keep saying we, where exactly is Southern West Virginia Housing? Where is it located?
So we are located at 2955 Robert C. Byrd Drive. We are right across from the dialysis center, right below Walgreens that turns onto Harper Road. A lot of people know us as the old Songer Insurance Building.
Okay.
So we are the square gray building with the house out front.
And so in terms of your footprint of outreach, how far does that extend?
Well, we cover Raleigh, Fayette, Summers, Nicholas, Braxton, Greenbrier, Monroe, Webster, Pocahontas, and then we do Mercer County is just for our homeless veterans.
So basically 10 different counties
Yes.
that you serve. And I think that's another thing. Again, your husband, and thank you for his service and everything. But you talked about veterans, and one of your roles or part of your title is a Veterans Assisted Supportive Housing Coordinator. Tell us more about that.
So with VASH, I work closely with the Beckley VA and the homeless outreach there. So what they do is if they have a homeless veteran comes in, they will go through their process. If he or she works out, then they bring them to me and I automatically give them a voucher. They have 120 days to find a place. I'm constantly trying to keep up with landlords and what places they may have. Our veterans are out here too. They've served for this country, and some of them are afraid to go to the VA. They have a lot of pride. So, my feeling is I don't want them to feel like this is like a kick in the legs or, we're here for them. Like, we appreciate them and we should do a lot for them. So, they signed the paper and they put their life on the line for us. So, I have 156 vouchers and I'm only utilizing 111.
So as it stands right now, we have challenges with housing insecurity, homelessness for veterans. You have 156 vouchers, but only 111 of them are occupied. So as we sit here right now, you have the opportunity to help 45 more people who've served our country have housing.
Yes.
And so what's the impediment to getting them housing?
So the impediment is that we need them to know that we're not here to break their pride down. We're here to help them. I have talked to some of the homeless veterans when I've done outreach, and that is a big thing for them. They don't want to do it. They have a lot of pride. I totally understand that. I mean, I get it. They served. They were there. We don't know what they went through. But I just want them to know they don't have to live homeless. We can help them. We can get them into an apartment, a house, have a little bit more hominess. Gosh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just sitting here and it's running through my mind. Again, these veterans have served us in a way that gives us the freedoms and the amenities that we are blessed to witness right now. And those 156 vouchers that you have, I think of it almost as an opportunity for us to serve them.
Yes.
And so, I encourage our listeners to make sure you spend some time on our website to look at more information about Southern West Virginia housing, because I think it's an opportunity. Obviously, there's a lot of conversations that swirl around this, but one of the things I can say about West Virginia, specifically Southern West Virginians, we help each other.
Yes, we do.
And whether it's the singing of country roads, we have these roads bring us home to a place where we belong, and that is home. And to be able to go through and provide access to resources, especially to our veterans, is a noble thing. But ladies and gentlemen, again in studio with us today, Kim Williams of Southern West Virginia Housing. We're going to take a short break, so stick with News Talk WWNR as we close out this edition of our Communiversity Today.
Bank with purpose and Golden Bear pride at Pendleton Community Bank. Our WVU Tech Affinity debit card does more than make purchases. It makes a difference. Every swipe supports the William Bill Benn Student Success Fund, helping WVU Tech students facing financial hardships stay on track to achieve their dreams. Show your school spirit and help shape the future, one transaction at a time. Visit yourbank.bank to get started today. Pendleton Community Bank, here for students, here for community, here for you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Discover WVU Tech right in your backyard. With 6 ABET accredited engineering programs ranked among the top 100 for engineering and nursing nationwide, WVU Tech offers the best return on investment in West Virginia. Our small, supportive campus is home to high-demand programs in fields like hospitality and culinary, chemical forensics, and the only 4-year construction management degree in West Virginia. Learn more about all the exciting things happening at Tech at wvutech.edu today.
Holy cow, I can't believe the time that I've wasted, and this website still is down.
With arms wide open, Cucumber & Company is ready to take your business higher with a custom website that actually works for you. Don't wait until your old site takes its one last breath. Get a fresh design today at cucumberandcompany.com.
Welcome back to our Communiversity Today. Again, I want to thank our guest, Kim Williams, who is the Outreach and Veterans Assisted Supportive Housing Coordinator with Southern West Virginia Housing, an entity that is in 10 counties here in Southern West Virginia, providing 1,800 homes and even homes for more than 150 veterans. But ladies and gentlemen, as we go through and we think about Kim and the work that Southern West Virginia Housing is doing, we know that there's so much more that can be done, whether it's the 45 vouchers that are available for the men and women who not only served our country, but also provided us an opportunity to have the freedoms that we enjoy. It's important for us, not again to give anybody a handout, but a hand up, because as I said, I don't know where we would have been as I was a little boy when my mother got our first HUD home. That home was a foundation for elevation. And so I asked that we spend some time looking at Southern West Virginia Housing, viewing their website, making sure that we understand the resources that we have so that we can not only do better, but more importantly, we can be better. So I ask that you please visit WWNRradio.com for additional information about homelessness and housing through Southern West Virginia Housing, and how you can help build our Communiversity today for a brighter Southern West Virginia tomorrow.
You've been listening to Our Communiversity Today, sponsored by Pendleton Community Bank and Cucumber & Company. a production of West Virginia University Institute of Technology and Communiversity partner, Southern Communications in Beckley. For more on this program and contact information, visit our website at wwnrradio.com.